Good morning everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, I hope you're enjoying the lovely sunshine. Here in the UK we've got another heat wave as they call it, in our, well, it's going to be in the 30s for probably the next 4 or 5 days, which is probably around in the 90s I think. So we've got that to look forward to. Well, thank you again anyway for all your wonderful messages I received. I'm really, honoured and touched, and I get a lot of people saying thank you for sharing, your work with us. Honestly, guys, I am more than honoured to do this. To know that I can, even if it's just one person, help one person out there to create something beautiful or inspire them to even try to do floral design with artificial flowers, makes my job complete. So I am truly honoured from the bottom of my heart to be able to share with you some wonderful creations. Right, today I'm going to do another wreath. I did say that I was waiting for my pink pumpkins. I was going to order velvet, but I've got a lot of velvet, so I've just ordered the painted ones in polystyrene. I think it's polystyrene, I'm sure it is. So we're going to be using some of those, and we're going to be doing it in pink and black. Now, I've got quite a bit out. I can't make my mind up whether I've got too much pink or too much black, but we're going to go with the flow, guys. I do want to show you something when I get to it, when we just start. I've made my own picks for Halloween. So, fingers crossed that you like them. I've got 7, but I've done 6 already. I wanted to show you the one, one of them, how I created it, before, as it was with its just single elements, and how I put it together. Right, so today we are going to be working on a 14-inch grapevine wreath. Well, it's a twiggy wreath. Oh, I've got glue on it because I've just been working. It's a thin twiggy wreath, but it's quite chunky. I haven't tidied it up. I've just got it out the bag and left it as it is. But maybe with Halloween it may suit that sort of a look. But if you don't want it to be like a rough, messy look with the twigs everywhere, just trim it back to make it look much neater, and cut off the bits that are, sticking out. So again, there's the wreath that we're going to be doing our arrangement on. Right, let's get into what I've just grabbed, thinking, well, that would go with that would go with that. So we're just gonna see, aren't we, guys? So first of all, I'm gonna go through all the black elements first. Now I've got out, oops, I placed, that's in the wrong one. I placed picks on I had a bag of rose leaves in black, so I've placed picks on some of those as well. I want to incorporate some of our long leaf willow as well. I do like that effect in Halloween with it being long and pointy. I've got out some of my eucalyptus, my little baby eucalyptus in black. I got it out the other day, and I did place on quite a few single stems from the bunch to dot around. So we've got those. I've also got out my black fern. I did get out pink. I've got it here, but it's the wrong pink, unfortunately. But then again, I do like to have different tones of colours, so who knows. So we've got the black fern. Now I've only taken out 5 black roses. I'm not sure about keeping the leaves on. I haven't you know, really wanting to put any green in. I just, you know, want it with the black and pink. I was considering putting some elm leaf in, which I chopped down, and then I had a look and thought, now, is that, you know, does it look right? So I think I may just stick with the black and pink. I haven't taken them out of the bag because they are glittery and it gets everywhere. But I've got some wispy, if I just open it up, some wispy grasses what are glittery and, you know, again, they get everywhere. So I thought we could incorporate some of those. So we've got those. I try to be ever so careful when placing glittery things away, because it gets everywhere. See, it's all over now at my workbench. But we can't complain. If we want something glittery, we just have to cope. I have got out one black glittery pumpkin. Glitter doesn't come off on this one, and this is polystyrene as well. So I've got just one in black. Now I had these little bats, guys, and they was in a packet, and I've had them for a while. So they didn't come on pick, so I decided to get a pick and glue behind. They had little stickers to stick them on to anything, as you can see, but in white. But it gives you a little crease on the wings of the bat where you can just bend them back or forth however you'd like them, you know, to be placed. So they've got a bit of more realism to them instead of just being flat. I've got different sizes here. So, oops, a daisy. So I have got a handful of black bats. Now I have got my black berries out, but I won't be if I use them, I won't be incorporating the foliage. It would be just the black berries on their own. I don't have them in just, you know, without foliage. So I was looking at my wholesalers last night, and I was just browsing and couldn't help myself and started ordering things. So now for the pink, I've got pink ficus. I've got some oddments that I used probably last year, so I'll probably incorporate those. I've got some, you know, fresh stems here, so I just brought those fresh stems out in case I may need more. But I've got it in the lovely baby pink ficus. Now I have got, again, glitter. Some grass here in pink, which is glittered, and also some like pink berries as well, or little balls. I like to think them as berries, but they are both heavily glittered, so I keep those in the bags as well. One thing I haven't kept in the bags what is glittered, and this is a different tone of pink. I don't know what they call this. It doesn't say on the tag. It just gives the code number. But this, as you can see, guys, is absolutely heavily glittered. It's all over my hands. But again, I don't mind. And it's a different tone. Now, I did get out some of my salvia. I know there's some, these look white, but they are a very, very pale pink tone or tint to them, you know, in and around them. I don't think I'll use those. I may use these ones here. So I just got the whole bunch out because it comes with all different colours. So I thought we could use some of that. Again, it's got green leaves on it. Oh, I don't know, because I think I do like to see these with the leaves. So if I don't use these, I will get some astilbe that I've got that don't have leaves. So that's a backup. Now, I've got some of my pink pumpkins. Here's one bag. You get 2 in 4-inch height, and then you get 4 in the 1.5-inch height in pink. So we have got those. I don't think I will use the little ones. I want the big ones and the black one. But I have created my own picks. So with my pink pumpkins again, these are some of the pink pumpkins that arrived today. I do have them. This is the one that I'm going to show you when we put it together. But I do have them in a darker tone of pink as well. Now, what I did with, I will show you how I did and create them. So I'm just going to bring the camera down. Oh, and I've made a bow. Sorry, forgot about this. I didn't want anything with pumpkins on because we've got a lot of pumpkins here. So I didn't want to overwhelm it with pumpkin things. But I've got a bold 6-inch loops, 4 of them at the back in black. Then I've got because we've got glitter, I've got the pink glittered ribbon out, 2.5-inch, which I made the loops into 5.5-inch. Then I decided to add some stripy black and white, where I've only done 2 loops at 5-inch. And I've placed another piece of pink in the centre at 3.5-inch. So, and I've got long tail ends. I've left them long because I do want some long tail ends on this one. Sometimes I do them long, but not sure if I want to have them. I may cut them down. But on this occasion, I do want the tail ends. So, that is what we've got today. Oh, and an energy drink. I like them. They're cheap energy drinks, but I do like them. So I'm going to bring the camera down. The pumpkins that are in the bag, I do want to place picks on those. I haven't done those yet. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. And then we're going to show you how I created my picks before we start. And this is just a good idea, you know, if you, because some picks can be quite expensive. So let's just bring this camera down. I'm sure my screen's a bit dirty. I must clean it. So I'm just going to press it a little, guys, so it comes down a bit further. If I remember, I will check to see that you can see. Right, so what I've done, I went and bought a pack of twiggy bits. You'll probably see it better on the white surface. Some twiggy bits. That's the length of the stem. They just come in a pack of 10 and they're in black. So I've had a look at them, and obviously you see the twiggy bits on them. And I noticed up here, there's a long piece of hot, and it's quite hard plastic. And you've got the odd bit here as well. And a little prong here also. So if I just move that out of the way. So you've got this one here, this longer one, and another one here. And you do have them, the odd ones scattered around, but they don't seem as, you know, as strong. They seem a bit more flexible than these here. They're quite thicker. So, because I've got the pumpkins where they just come in the bag, and then I've got some oak leaves, what are, I don't know, these look, well, but they go really pretty with them actually. I had them on a garland. They're a bit like this one, because I've got 2 different tones. This one's like a browny tan colour, So I thought we'll get that. Then I had just a couple of bunches left of these from last year. So I've taken off 7 leaves from them and pulled them off. So what I thought I'm going to do, on the longest prong here, that's where my pumpkin will be attached, as well as my maple leaf, not oak leaf, maple. So I'm not gluing this one on because, so what I did on the longest prong was push this down right to the bottom. So it's on like that. Then there's a hole in the bottom, what comes with these pumpkins. So I think they're actually made to put on picks. So what I then did, again on the longest prong, just turn over my leaves so I don't get anything on them. I haven't got my glue gun on, but if you've got a glue gun, use your glue gun. Get a bit of glue on the tip. Just pull it off. And where the hole is on the back of the pumpkin, I placed where I've just glued and pushed it in. I tried this at the beginning to start with to make sure it would hold. So then now we've got that. Turn our leaves back the correct way. And then this one, the pink one, I turned it over. Let me just get that little bit of glue. Don't want that sticking on. And on the smaller prong, where the larger one was, I glued this one on. So I just move the leaves out of the way, put a bit of glue on the end, and I just placed it on there. What I did wipe off the bit of the glue that's seeped out as I pushed it in. Just turn it the correct way, and then it is at the back, so I placed the pink leaf in front of the maple, like so. And there is your pick. Now, isn't that a good idea? These are exceptionally cheap. And if you've got some spare pumpkins, because again, you know, some places do charge a lot for picks. I think I've just pulled it off. Yeah. Quick before it dries. There we go. So they do charge a lot for picks. Some places in the UK, it can be quite expensive. So I thought I'm going to make my own. So I've got the twiggy bits, and I've got also a bit of pink, the pumpkin, and the leaf here as well. Let me just place that leaf under there, under the twigs at the back. So that's how you can create your own picks. Now, in the pack that I bought these, they come with 10, and they were, I think, £1.65 each, which is probably about nearly $4 in the States, for 10. Now these I can't remember the price of, guys. I had just a couple of bunches left over from last year, but this garland that I had, which I've got I made lots of picks out of, that was, I think, about £6, £7, so that's probably around $11. And then these again were cheap as well. So if you're thinking about it, you could make one of these for about £1.50 maximum, just by using some of even your oddments, guys. If you want green foliage, you could use some of your oddments, or, you know, your scraps, anything like that, to add on to some twiggy bits. So I thought that would be a good idea. I was going to order some. I do order them, the picks ready-made, but I just thought I wanted to, you know, make my own and incorporate my own. So as you can see, I've only done 7. I didn't want any more. And light pink, slightly darker pink, and it just goes like that in colour. So that is what we've created, and because the stems of the twigs are quite sturdy, they hold these on lovely because these are polystyrene and they're not heavy. So they're our pink and black picks. Don't they look wonderful, guys? So that's what we've got for our picks, and that's how you can make your own. Right, so let's get our wreath. And it's the ficus I'm wanting first as our background foliage. So let's see how long these are. They're not really that long. Because I've got a lot of elements, I want it quite long. So I may have to just place those aside and use a fresh stem. So I'm wanting them around this length, and these are going to be at the back. So let's cut. We'll use that one as it is. Maybe that one. So these are the 2 longer pieces. And we're going to start. There's our hook, so I'm going to go opposite. And I'm going to bring this on the outer side. Again, just manipulate your stem. We'll do the same here. As well. And we'll bring one up. There also. And then for you new beginners, what I'm doing is we're placing my stems from 6 o'clock up to 9 o'clock. I place my stems going up. And then from 12 o'clock down to 9 o'clock, I place my stems going down. Now I have this one here. So we'll bring that one in the center. Let me just cut the tip where it's sticking up above the leaf stem. Now I've got little pieces here I'm going to bring in. So I'll cut. I can open that a little. So I'm going to bring this one in as well. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. So let's just cut this one a little bit more. And then just bend it slightly. Like that. So I've got all my pink ficus. I think with the leftover ones at my oddments here, I may fill in this area here and here, or maybe under here. And just use a few bits of these. Maybe one just under here. So there we have in our pink ficus. Pink and black for Halloween this year seems to be the in thing at the moment. Oh, let me just have a drink of my cold drink. Now, I've brought out two long ones. If I can get those off our stem. Because with the ficus on the top and the bottom being long, I want to match the black, the length of them with the ficus. I'll just cut them down a little bit. Oops, the daisy that went on the floor. So I'm going to put the two longer pieces up above. Let's just move our hook slightly. And I'm wanting to create it so it's really going down and out and up and out as well. I don't really want it to be going around the wreath on this occasion. Get a bit more glue on. Just bend it going outwards. And I've got these two medium ones. Which I will then bring here and also here. I've brought out different sizes. So as we get closer to the center, they will be smaller. Yeah. Push that one in a little bit more. And then I've got that one I will place sticking outwards on the bottom. It's very compact, this wreath, which is a good thing. And then I think I wanted a smaller one, then going off on the inside. As well, in between the two fags here. You can, you know, incorporate some of your pink foliage through, just so it all blends really pretty together. So that's what we have with our fern. Do I bring these two little ones on the end? Yeah, let's use them up, guys. I just incorporate these two little ones as end pieces. Right, so we've got those. Our bow, as you noticed, I've created a gap here for our bow, and I'd like that to sit in there. So we're just going to see what else. Let's get a bit of pink. Here we go with the glitter. Right, I did see one in here that I started to chop on. There it is. I'm going to take it off. Right, so let's just chop this in half to start with. They're quite tough. Now, do I want just two? What a choice. Or do I place in the picks first and then work around? I'm going to start off with a darker one. I think I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to place, let's put quite a bit of glue on. I thought that was my cat then. we've got that one there. I'm only going to, I don't think I'm going to place all 7 in, so I think I'm only going to place it maybe 5. Right, that's not sticking to somewhere, so let's just let's start again with this one. I'm going to chop that. Shall we place it there, I think. So we've got that one as well. We'll bring one out. I'm going to cut this one down. We'll bring one out from the side. Just lift that up. And then we'll bring one down here as well. I heard a scratching. I can't think I've got anything popping out. It's probably, no, I haven't. Oh, I've just burnt myself on my glue pan. Oh, I am so clumsy. So, we've got in our pumpkins. So I'm not going to place in the other 2. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have brought one in. Oh, mind you, that does look quite pretty, guys. That really does look right. Well, I might just bring one more in. Oh. Yeah. Yes. Instead of having them like a ring around, you know, just around the edge, bring one in to give it that movement. Or on the inside, should I say. And let's just bend it inwards, like so. So that is what we're going to do. Again, I've got these. I could, instead of having the bow, place these in, but there'll be a lot of pumpkins. I was, when I looked at these, was going to get the 2 big ones, because I'm doing nothing this side, and place them like that there. And then I may just get some of the ribbon just to dangle from underneath it. So I was thinking of that, because we've got the ribbon this side on all the pumpkins. I wanted something on this side, but I didn't want to do a full wreath. So, shall we just get our ribbon in first? And that would sit there really pretty. So, try the tail end so it will be black here, then pink Oops, pink, black and pink, and like that. So if I can get the wire, just make sure I position it how I like it. The next one. So let's just place that there. Before I twist it at the back, just make sure it's where I'd like it to be sitting. Black, pink, black, pink. So they'd be there. I probably will do something with those. So I'm just going to twist it at the back. And bend the wire back inside the wreath. Doesn't scratch on anyone's door. Just seeing a bit of what is it? No, it's tap that piece. Right. We will do something with those guys. I'll just let them hang to start with. So, blacks are pink, black. I stand above it. Black, pink. I have to get this right. Black, pink, and then this black loop then goes here. Then the pink. I can see the black. Oh, what did I do with the black? Oh, is that one there? It's here, look. Right, so there we have our ribbon. I think I'm gonna have to work above it now and stand up. What do we do with these? Probably do another waterfall effect. I don't just want them hanging low like that. So let's do another waterfall effect. So it's black, pink, black, pink. So I've got them all together on top of each other, and I'm just placing my hand underneath, lifting it up. See how big I want the loop of the waterfall effect. So I want it around there. Just make sure that. Then I will pinch these together at the bottom. You can use pipe cleaner, floral wire, or a cable tie if you wish, just to keep them together. So we've got that where we've got our, so I'm going to, let's see if that's too big now. Oh, it looks a bit too big, don't it, guys? Right, so let's take that off again and reposition the loop. We don't want it really that big, probably around like that. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to do the same with the wire. Pop it through my weaving needle. And then pop it through our wreath. Let's get the other wire. So I'm just going to turn this over too, and then twist them. Do the same that we did with bow. And then push it back inside our wreath. So now we've done that. So we've got pink here, so I want to black this side. Pink. Let's bring those through and create that. Because now we've got black here, we want pink. Where's the black? Oh, we'll do it this way, sorry. Pink, black, black. For our tail ends. You can, if you want, just do a little bend here as well with these. Like that. Let's make sure we can see this pumpkin. So that's what we've done with our ribbon. Again, I did want a really long, tail ends on the ribbon. And then we can now work around all the pumpkins in place and the bow. Now, because that one's on a single pick, I've got another one here I can see on a single pick. I'm going to bring these under here with the pink, because they're long, if you can see, and bring it under here. just to elongate it at the both of the top and the bottom. It's not exceptionally long. Oops, I just pulled a leaf off. I am terrible. Do you do that, guys? You touch something and you end up pulling things off. I don't like that leaf, it's a bit uneven. So then I'm going to just bring one of these here as well. Pick on this. I'm going to want one around here because where I see these two pink ficus here, you can barely see the twiggy bits, so I want something a bit black in between to separate them. So let's just go under. Like that. I'm going to pick another one up. I'm going to keep picking them off individually. And I've got the same here as well, so we'll do it again here. Cracky, guys, I am absolutely roasting. We don't get this sort of weather here in the UK very often, but when it does come, the heat waves, it does come. And people are always, it's really funny, people are always saying, oh, I can't wait till we need some nice weather, we need hot weather. We don't get it, you know, a lot. You hear people saying that, and then when it's here, you'll go, oh, I wish it would just go away. It's because we're just not used to the temperatures like this. So I find it quite amusing when you hear people say, I say it, I do it. You know, I'm as much to as, you know, saying, oh, what about the hot weather? Where's our hot weather? I wish we'd got it like in other countries. But then it's here now and it's like, oh gosh, no. Too hot, I can't breathe. We're just not used to it, guys. Right. I'm going to place... There's a lot of black here, so I need to bring in... I quite like it with 3 on. If I just... I may have 2 pieces with 3 on, again at the top and the bottom, and then the other pieces, if I dot around, have them shorter. Again, maybe, you know, for the length. Let's get a bit of glue on. There's not really much there. There we go. So I'm going to just place this in there, and I'm going to lift it slightly so it's got that bouncy movement. That's only got 2 on, so I want one with 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. They are tangled up. Oh my goodness. So it's going to have to be one at the top. I've placed this one upside down. It's supposed to be that way, where all the glitter is, the sequins. Oh well, I'm going to do it the same way. I'll do the others the correct way. I sometimes forget that there's a front and a back to these. Okay, let's just bring that down there. Look at that, guys. Oh. If it's not sitting in the correct position, just have a play with it. Right, so I may do single ones. 1, 2. Right, let's put these the correct way. I don't want them, you know, because we've got a lot of glitter here, I don't want them sitting amongst the ribbon, so, or the bow. So I'm going to place them slightly underneath. I just want to see a few tips of them popping through. Just here at the sides. Oh, I've just wiped my face and I think I've got glitter. Do the same on this side. Put a bit there. And where's that other one? No, it needs to go here. I'll place that one on a pick because it's a bit short on the stem. So I'm going to go in the centre here on these, this area. Like that. So I don't think I'm going to use, I'll keep this one out though in case I use that, but I don't think I'm going to use any more of these. So we'll place those on the floor as well. Look at the workbench, guys. My sister, she doesn't like glitter. She She doesn't like glittery things. It's not she doesn't like to see them, it's just the actual glitter itself, she doesn't like it. Right, because we've got the pink there now, I wanted to incorporate the roses. So if I'm not going to use the leaves, I don't want to add in green. I'll put these on picks as well. And then I'll save the stems for if I ever have any rose heads. And I could place them on there. Oops. So just things like that. These are tough to get off. We'll get there. Oh, my dear friend Audrey was asking me about my arm, my shoulder last night. Asking me if I still have to have the injections. No. The thing is with the injections that I did have, because it was a steroid injection, you are only allowed to have it once every 6 months. Because it's so strong. And maybe, I don't know if it can be addictive. I guess all I didn't wipe my face. All medicinal things can be addictive, I guess. But no, here in the UK, Audrey, we're only allowed to have it once every 6 months. I can't get that one in, guys. There we go. I can still feel a little pain in certain areas that I place my arm. I can't bring my arm behind my back further than, you know, my hand further than my waist at the back with my right arm. I don't know why. It is quite, and you know, frustrating trying to move your arm in a certain direction. Well, these roses are proving to be a little tough to put picks on. If I can get that. There, that one's in. I guess I'll have to be a bit more forceful. There we go. Right, so because we've got pink here, I want to bring a floral here as well. Because we've got space here, we need to start, you know, and hide some of the grapevine wreath. If I feel that I can't hide it all, I may get just the odd one of the little pumpkins and bring these in here and sit them on the actual grapevine at the bottom. Two. I'm gonna bring one in here. As well. And then I'll bring one under here. We need to place something under here, so I'll bring that one in there. Have it popping out here, or maybe here in between. You can't really see it that much. I may have to bend it outwards a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I may bring one inside the bow. I'm going to lift up these tail ends and get to the grapevine. And place it there. So it's around the centre. Like that. Right, let me do these. I'm just going to place it in, well, that one anyway, the others haven't got a pick on. I was going to bring, I'll just hold it there, and then have these here. But I'm going to have to, I think, have a little bit of ribbon. And if I have a bit of ribbon, I may just have the stripy one, or just the plain black and a bit of pink. I don't want the whole, or I could just do 3 loops of one of each colour and do that. Again, I've not really planned what I'm going to do with these pumpkins. Sorry, not the pumpkins. With the ribbon. So we've got picks on those. So where's the ribbon that I used? There's one. 2. What did I do with the plain black one? Oh, that's another thing my friend Audrey asked. Where do I stock my ribbon? It's all underneath this desk that we're working on. I have shelves that you pull out. My husband created it for me. You pull the shelves out and all the ribbon in colour coordination is all underneath. I have 4 shelves about this long, probably about 4 foot long, and they're about 2.5 to 3 foot wide. So, and then I've got a little rack there that I have my seasonal ribbon on. So what I'm going to do before we attach these, so if we just move things out the way. So we've got a bit of working space. So I'm just going to move the wreath there, guys. Get rid of some of the glitter. Right. Now, because I have got a little piece here that I've got left over from a thinner ribbon, so I'm going to use that. I'm not having extremely long tail ends on this. just going to cut each end to start with. So I'm going to probably just, let me see if that would be enough. So we're going to, let's see if I do the tail ends like that. So I'm going to just cut, dovetail this piece, and then I'm going to measure with the others how long I'd like them. Can't do nothing with that little piece, so we'll get rid of that. And then I'll measure with this one as well. So there's our 3 pieces, all the same length. I don't think that one goes in that one. So I've just put these back on the shelves underneath me. And the pink I saw at the back there. And then I just push it with my feet and the shelving goes back in and goes back to the big. Right, so we had the black on the bottom. So I'm placing them all together. If I can, on top of each other. Again, I've left them this length just so I can see how big I'd like the loop. So I want to measure so you can see it with, yeah, because then we can have the tail ends hanging underneath. So I've got the 3 ribbons together here. I'm going to twist that one at the back, pinch them all together now. Now I've twisted it, so these at the back are facing the correct way as well. Get the floral wire, twist, and then these become open as well, just like the waterfall effect. So now I've got black, pink, we'll call it black. So because I don't want the stripy one on the same side, so I'd want the bold black here instead. Let's just get this one. So I'm going to do that. Let's get that one in right position. And I'm going to sit these here, and I'm going to see if I can get the pumpkins on top. I'll probably bring it down a little bit here. So let's get our bow in. Let's see. I can get it through. There we go. Oh, I got this. I can't grab it. There. Oh, I've just seen something, guys. So we've got our loops like so. So with that one, oops, the daisy, pink, black, a stripy one, pink, and then black. So we've got those, our tail ends like that. Now I want to sit this, oh my goodness, even if it's coming just in between a loop here, I don't mind. And have that there, then have one here, and then one here like that on this side. So let's just cut the bottom, place some glue on. And I'm going to go under the loop with this. Like so. Then one here. I'm not having both of these upright like that. One's going to go leaning off to the side, and then the other one maybe coming slightly up, but not vertical like the black one. So I'm going to go under the tail end. So just the tail end can hide the stem once I place it back in. And the other one. We'll go under. Do I have it going down? I may have it going down actually. Or just, do I have it going down? What could I put there? I'm just coming up with a few ideas. I'm going to have it going down, but I will place something in there, guys, as we go along. Right, so that's our pumpkins in. So, isn't it looking wonderful so far? Not everybody's a fan of pink colours. I love pink. You know, some people are more of the rich reds. I like the rich reds, especially at Christmas time. But I am a fan of pink. Where can I place these that will be seen? Just bend. I think I'm going to place one in there, I don't know. I'll save one just in case. And I'm just going to dot these around. There's no particular area that I'm placing these, I'm just placing them in. You can barely see them, they are quite small, but I just thought let's add them in. Just bend that stem a little. We need something in there. It's not sitting up right. I don't really care for this glittered pink ribbon. It's not a brilliant quality one. I can't remember where I got it from, but I've had it a while. It's more of a papery texture. I'm not really a fan of that, but I didn't know when I bought it online. But when it came, I thought, well, I'm not going to send it back. I can use it. Sorry guys, I go quiet when I'm trying to concentrate. I prefer those curled over, I think. Right, so that's all of those in apart from that one. I think I'm going to place something like that. I think here, because there's nothing here, it's just quite a big gap. I'm going to place in some pumpkins sitting more is depth, and I may place them with do that. I keep using the wrong clippers. I'm going to bring in a rose leaf here. And have that down there again as depth. You may not see it as much, but it's not the intention to, you know, to see it. I'm just filling in some space. It's quite full, this is, guys, but then again, I like things like this. So I'm going to do the same down here, just under here. Right, let's just see, I may just use one. I don't want to make it, yeah, I'm going to just place that one in. Or do I place two? Choices. We'll have that one there. Do I bring that one there? Oh, let's use it so it's not by itself. So I'm going to bring this one under this pumpkin. Like that. Looks quite like a more of a full wreath now. I don't mind. Do you find that you tend to fluff up your bow a lot as well? Right. Now let me just have a look at this grass. Do we need it in? I think it would add a bit of something, but I don't want it on top, I don't think. Would it look too silly on top? I know I'm going to place something in there. I don't think. Let's have a look underneath. No, I think it belongs underneath, guys. So I'm not going to place in, probably just 3 if anything, because they are long. Oh gosh, look at that, guys. And just part them because they are together. Just open them up and give them that spiral, that wispy look. So I'm going to do one down here as well. And then maybe one coming out from the centre. I'm not going to use any more. I'm just hitting them against my bin or my trash can or basket. I don't know. People have got different names, but I'm just hitting it against it to get some of the loose glitter off. And then this one can go in the centre. Just for those wispy bits. If you find, I think that one may be a bit long. Let me just cut this. If you find that they are a little bit long, you want to shorten them. I don't think the scissors will do it. Let's cut off the ends just to shorten them. So now I've got the grass in. This may be a long video today, guys, because it's, I think I'm spending most of my time cleaning. I don't want no more pumpkins in. See, it's looking quite full. Have I got any on single clips? Oh, let's just have a look. I don't want the green, so I'd have to take this leaves off. Yeah. So let's take some of the leaves off of them. I'll save the leaves. You can use them for other projects. Just not standing up right. Just have a bit of wispy there. Let's take the leaves off of these as well. If I can. Oops, I've just pulled the head off instead. Let's glue it back on. Oh my goodness, I can't get some of the leaves off. There we go. Right, so we'll bring some wispy bits in. I don't think I'm going to bring any more of the, you know, glittery elements in, like the grass in pink. Oops. I'm not happy with this loop here. This black one keeps hiding. And then we've got one. I was going to bring that in there, or do I? I'll add that into there. And I'm going to put a black. Maybe 2 rose leaves in there as well. So it just doesn't look like the pink salvia's, you know, just sat by itself. I'll bring that there. I can just bring it around here. I don't like this back here. Something, just something. Let's have a look. Now I'm not going to place any more berries in than this one. I just want this to sit amongst. Or do I just stick it onto the... I may just stick it on actually to the ribbon. And just do it like that. So I'm just now looking if we need anything else adding, and you know, for gaps. I think that's quite okay, but here at the top it's looking a little bit flat here, so I think, do I, because it's, I need something there. another one of these, got a smaller one in, of the ficus, just to give it that movement. And that means I'd want to put one down the bottom as well, just so it's balanced out. But it doesn't really need it. I'll place it in at the bottom as well. Place it underneath. There, that there. There. Right. Oh, I think that's been a bit of a challenge. But I do know that down here where the tail ends are connected, I don't really want to be seeing any mechanics. So do I? No, I've got that bat. I'll place the bat down there instead. Let's bring it in as depth. Can't really see it. No, that's not working. It's not covering it. We need something. Just to cover. Better. Right guys, I'm not going to do anything else to it because I don't think by doing anything else to it it's going to add anything else. I'm just going to be overloading it with a lot of elements. It is quite full, so I think it would be okay to have it as it is. So I'm not going to place in any of the other things like these in either. I think we'll be better off without those. Oh, I've got that. I could stick that there. So yeah, I think that was more than enough. Again, it's exceptionally, you know, full. I'm going to put it on our easel. Doesn't the contrast with the pink and the black look wonderful? How they bounce off of each other. Right, so let's just place it on the easel and then tidy up my workbench. Just push the hook through. Is there anything sticking out? No. Wonderful. I am absolutely, I can't express how hot I am. I've got no air conditioning in here. I've put the air conditioning machine, what I've got, in the house for my husband. And it is excruciatingly hot in here. And I haven't got anything. Let's have a look. Right, let me just, I'm going to, I'm just wiping my face, guys, because I am dripping. And it's not like me, I'm not a person that sweats. But oh my good gracious, when you're in a building that's got no windows as well, it's very hot and bothery. Let's just, I'm going to bring up the camera. I'm going to zoom out, guys, so you can get it all in. I just, there we go. My screen looks dirty. I'm going to have to wash it or clean it. Right, let's just get rid of all the glitter and all the mess. Oh my goodness, it's all over. Sorry guys, I do like to have a clean work surface for when I show you the finishing touch. I think I'm going to have to wash this workbench down now. This is what's coming for Christmas, guys. Glitter everywhere. It sticks to everything. Look. I am covered. Have fun. Right, let's bring the... There we have it, guys. I'm going to just lean it back a little bit. Right, there is our pink and black wreath for Halloween. I'm just moving those, guys. I'm standing on them. Excuse me. With our bow and the waterfall effect as well, and our homemade picks that I've created with the pumpkins. And then just by adding some other pumpkins on the opposite side as well. Oh, crikey. I think, look, you know, I did the right thing placing them there. And with all the glitter. And the black roses, if you don't want to do it in your pinks and blacks, and you know you've got a brilliant, you know, a wonderful colour choice of your own, you could do it in, you know, black and gold. My top's even sticking to my skin. Black and gold. You could do it in black and orange, black and lime green. You see, I've got to do that. It's a wonderful colour. Anything like that. I think that's it with Halloween, isn't it? You tend to be adding in your blacks a lot. Excuse me, guys, but I'm sweating. You add in your blacks a lot. If you don't want pumpkins in, you know, and you just prefer to have little ribbons dotted about or little bows dotted about instead, that would be fine. I'm going to cut that a little bit more. It's looking a little bit out of proportion. There we go. So yeah, and you could add those in. And if you want to make your own picks and you've got twiggy bits, or even if you've got stems, I had like this, what we've cut from our glittery stems. When you've got stems left like this, guys, use those as picks as well. You could place a piece of foliage on the end with your scrap foliage, you know, a bit of a, maybe a pine cone or a little pumpkin and some grassy bits, or, you know, other foliage as well of your choice, and stick those on the ends of these as well. And then you've created your own pick as well. So I usually save things like this as well to create my own picks, especially at Christmas. And they come in absolutely wonderful. You know, they're brilliant to make your own picks, especially if you're on a, you know, a budget, guys. You know, not all of us can afford to pay and buy, you know, lots of picks and deluxe items. So I was always taught, you know, try to use your imagination and create something of your own. You know, like the lollipops that we use for candy cane, you can do those yourselves if you've got a little spare time in the evening with the Chanel wool, and you could bit of polystyrene and some straw, you know, straw sticks and things, and just glue it all on. So you can do things like that, or make your own picks as well, guys. It's wonderful things that you can do, especially again, like if you're on a budget. So again, if you don't want to do it in this colour and you've got your own colour, guys, then crack on and have fun. Have fun. You know, and if you feel confident enough to do the big bow with the waterfall effect, and then a smaller one, you know, to go with it, you know, and you've never done it before, but you feel that you could, you challenge yourself to give it a go, guys. And just add in a little things like this, little bats or anything like that you could add in, or little skeletons on sticks, things like that. But I just wanted to keep it, again, I like things like the candy cane and things like that, and the nutcrackers, where you go big, and I like to see them. But my style, I'm more subtle. I know a lot of people, even in the UK, who go to the extreme and have all of the candy cane and things. I've got candy cane, but I'm a bit more subtle with mine. It's not that I'm frightened to go wacky. I've done it before. I've gone out there with autumn arrangements, you know, with Christmas, with Halloween. It's just that, you know, my signature style is more of a subtle look when it comes to the Halloween or Christmas. So but you can still make them look as beautiful, I think. So don't worry if you feel you've got to follow the trend, guys. I always say, don't follow other people's work, because it never becomes your work. It's somebody else's. So you need to sort of like use your own imagination and practice with just small wreaths and add in things. I was the same. I never knew what my signature style were until one day it hit me, and I thought, that's the sort of style I like. I like that sort of style, and I kept within that style. And you will find your own signature style as well, everybody. You really will. You may wonder how long it will take to find that. there's no time limit, guys. It took me a few years before I realised what my signature style was. But don't get me wrong, look at other people's work, but then you just have a quick look, you know, have a look at it, see what they've done, and then put it away, and then try to think for yourself on what elements that you may want. I've seen people do black and pink pumpkins for Halloween arrangements. I had a look. I've seen them on YouTube. I just looked and I thought, oh, that's really nice. They've done a really, really lovely job. Beautiful arrangement. And I just thought, well, when my pink pumpkins come, I'll just come up with something what I like. And that's all you do. And I'm sure you've all got wonderful, wonderful ideas. So please subscribe, share and like, guys. To everybody who you know, grannies, granddads, aunts, uncles, friends, colleagues, whomever, guys, bring them along to come and have a look what we can create on the flower patch, and maybe it'll inspire them, as I say, to give it a go themselves. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. I won't be here tomorrow. As you know, it's my busy days where I have to do deliveries and orders and things like that to catch up. And also paperwork. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. I hope that, you know, the weather's beautiful where you are. Please drink plenty of water. Look after yourselves. And if it's too hot, guys, try and sit in a bit of shade if that helps you. But stay hydrated. That's the most important thing. So take care. Have a wonderful weekend. All the best. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, we're going to have a close-up. Oh, I think I definitely need to get this camera screen clean. Because here it looks really nice and bright, but on the screen it just looks foggy. Oops-a-daisy. So there's the black pumpkin, glittery one, with the two pink ones here. And then there's the pics that I created as well, with the maple leaf and the little bit of, I can't remember what it was, guys. Pink foliage, I would just call it pink foliage. There's our fern, a bit of rose leaf there and berry. There's our pink glittery foliage as well. Our black wispy grass, our salvia. Again, don't be frightened to just put in some lovely flowers, whether they're from the summertime season. You know, if they go with your arrangement, guys, add them in. Our pink ficus as well. Our black willow. What else did we put in, guys? I can't remember. Oh, those little bats as well. We've got those in as well. And then our ribbon here, where it's the glittery pink, the black and white striped, and the bold black. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I hope you give it a go. Enjoy with it, guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.